right, Shalom. We the brothers of Great Millstone, the church here in Birmingham, Alabama. And as always, want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakal. Yeah, in the ancient Hebrew tongue, that would be the correct names of the Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son, and the Holy Spirit. Also, let me give double honors to our teachers, the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, you brothers out there laboring in His work. And as always, you believe as the Akim, as well as the Aqua, those of you who subscribe to His truth as well. So yeah, we back once again through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shah. And this sitting is going to be entitled The Devil that the Bible speaks of, right? Because one of the snares and the pitfalls here in Babylon the Great is really Christianity. You know, that's that's like a portal, you know, like the black hole, you know. That's the point of no return. Hey, the mere fact that you got out of Christianity, that's a miracle, man. Matter of fact, give me real quick before we can go get into it, called us out of darkness. All right, Christianity was a stronghold, and to this very day has been a stronghold that has dominated the minds of your people, which when you go into Christianity as a whole on a global scale, it's the biggest religion, if you will. I know like over in the continent of Africa, I believe it's 60-40 with Islam, and Christianity peaked that, you know, exceeded that. So that contributes to that veil, that darkness that have covered the entire planet Earth. Really, Christianity, that's going to be one of the last strongholds, you know, that's going to be broken, you know, leading to the return of our Lord Yahweh Shai and ushering in of the kingdom of heaven. All right, go ahead.
God, this is the book of 1 Peter 2:9. Mm-hmm. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praise of Him who have called you out of darkness. The Lord called us out of darkness, go ahead. Into His marvelous light. And that marvelous light symbolizes being enlightened with the truth, you know, the Bible in its pure form. Whereas darkness, and again, at the forefront of that darkness is actually Christianity. When you really go into it, it's Christianity. Christianity is the springboard that sets you off on this mission into madness, into darkness, you know, into the abyss. See that? So pretty much us coming into this light, you know, the Lord is waking us up and giving us eyes, giving us instincts. We have awareness, you know, being alive to pretty much see the snares and the pitfalls around us here in America. And again, Christianity is one of those pitfalls. You got something real quick?
Come. It's 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 4. Mm-hmm. It says, but ye brethren are not in darkness.
Yeah, and we touched on that briefly last night, and how that brethren, that word brethren right there is key. You know? That word brethren separates, that's a separation right there. This personalizes this letter. See, read that again.
It says, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that day shall overtake you as a thief. Mm-hmm. Ye are all children of the light and children of the day.
Yep, we are children of the light. Once again, meaning we are enlightened. We finally understand, you know, we finally have the answers to these questions that have plagued us, man. You know, who are we? The only nation you start off, you was colors, you know, and Negroes and blacks and African Americans. You know, now we know that we the Israelites. See, we understand now that we are pretty much behind enemy lines. We're prisoners of war, held captive. The current status of the nation of Israel is we are being currently oppressed by our arch enemy and nemesis, the so-called white man. See, as well as a plethora of things, man, that we have been exposed to, that the Lord have opened us up to, being that we view through these spiritual lenses, the light. See, go ahead.
Come. It says, we are not the children of the night nor of darkness. From the top. It says, ye are all children of the light and children of the day. Mm-hmm. We are not the children of the night nor of darkness.
Right, and that separation right there is wisdom or the lack thereof. Okay? So for those of you who subscribe to these teachings, you will be considered children of the light. All right, you got something?
Yeah, God. This is Isaiah 60:2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth.
Yep, the darkness shall cover the earth. Oh, why is that? Because it's in the palm of Esau's hand. You got to remember when you read Job, the 9th chapter and the 24th verse, the earth will be given into the hand of the wicked. Now, before you was exposed to this form of teaching, obviously, you thought the wicked was synonymous with the guy that would be found in the underworld, with a pitchfork, or a Triton, which that goes back to Greek mythology, and then you should be able to connect the dots. That it all goes back to Esau. He was the so-called white man. He conjured up that lie. Nothing more than an old campfire, old wives' tale. All right? But you thought that the wicked was dealt with the devil and Satan. See? And you thought that entity was actually some figment of the so-called white man's imagination. Again, the guy who you was scared of to go to sleep. You was scared to go to sleep. You thought he was going to get you, like Freddy Krueger. But guess what we found out? The devil is the guy that's running this system. The devil is the guy that you pay tribute to. The devil is the guy who you work for, who you pay bills to. Okay? And that's what we're going to get into in this lesson, and the fact that this is a part of you being opened up, actually having the ability to identify and target the corporate. All right, go ahead, Up.
Isaiah 16:2, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people.
Ooh, and gross darkness the people. All right, so you people, you're in complete darkness. You're in the dark concerning, for an example, like we mentioned, America being biblical, not knowing that you're on the most famous grounds, really, in the Bible. This is the place where the Lord is going to bring drama to the extent that can be rivaled with any other time in history. In fact, this is the destination, if you will, of our Lord Yahushua. Okay, this is where the Lord is coming to, and that's pursuant to Isaiah, the 63rd chapter. Who is this that coming from Basra? All right, go ahead.
It says, but the Lord shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee.
Yep, and how is the Lord rising upon us? With this light. And with that, now we're able to expose things that's in the dark. Matter of fact, give me that real quick before we get into this Luke, the 8th chapter and the 17th verse. You got something?
This on Psalms 18:28. It says, for thou will light my candle. The Lord, my power, will enlighten my darkness.
Yeah, so the Lord lit our candle and enlightened our darkness. Again, before we was exposed to this information, we thought this was the be-all, end-all. We thought being here in America, working, setting up, just being content with dying, and hopefully you could die with enough cushion to create a soft landing for your kids and their kids after that. It pretty much wasn't no hope. But now we have been enlightened. The Lord has lit our candle, man. So now we can see in front of us. All right. So that was it. All right, come on.
This is the book of St. Luke 8:17. It reads, for nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest.
Read that again.
For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest.
It say nothing is secret. And let's do a rundown. What were some of the secret things? First and foremost, it was a secret. You was the Israelites. It was a secret that the true powers of heavens and earth wasn't actually a white boy. Some damn hippie, some nigga like he drunk, been using, abusing drugs all night. When we found out that's not the Most High and His Son. That's not the image of them. The angels, if you will. They're actually not little naked babies with curly hair with wings. You see? Or our forefathers, the patriarchs of the Bible, as they are depicted in these movies, on these frescoes or paintings as so-called white boys, man. We found out that wasn't the case. But you know what else we found out? That the devil, right? One of the things that was hidden that is now become manifest was the devil that the Bible speaks of was right in your presence. And he's the so-called white man. See? And you're going to see what that's critical really to your salvation. All right, go ahead.
God, this 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
Yeah, then that wicked will be revealed, man. Which we're going to get into that chapter. All right? Then the wicked will be revealed, whom the Lord will consume with the spirit of his mouth. That's a key. That's a key component in his truth. The wicked must be revealed. Hey, in order for you to, let's say if you have high blood pressure, right? You find that out, then now you got to stay away from whatever contributes to the high blood pressure, what contributes to you dying. In order for you to stay away, to live, you got to identify and target that and stay away from it, man. See, so that's why it's critical to know who the devil is, man. See, read that again. And this is a part of the mercy. The Lord giving us eyes to see our enemies. See, matter of fact, hold that and give me Psalms real quick. Psalms 21:8.
God, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 21, verse 8. Thine hand shall find out all thine enemies.
See, thine hand shall find out all thine enemies. So this is critical. You can't just become an Israelite and you content with being an Israelite in America, man. You know, you adopt the Hebrew name. You know, you might throw around the lingo. You just might fringe 70 to 80% of your T-shirts and you present yourself as being an Israelite. But what does that matter if you don't know who your enemies are? Okay? You good as dead. Right? Read that again.
God, it says, thine hand shall find out all thine enemies.
And that's starting with Yahushua, which really goes into this book. And we are an extension of that. We are that hand. And we found out our enemies. See, go ahead.
Thy right hand.
Which is truth. You know? Go ahead.
Thy right hand shall find out all those that hate thee.
See that? So the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, have given us the instincts, the awareness to find out our enemies, man. And again, that's a very critical component, you know, when coming into this truth, man. That's pretty much at the forefront of this thing when you talking individually. You know, you in your mind, you got to know who your enemy is, man. See that? All right, so let's go back up.
Come, 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
And then shall the wicked be revealed,
mm-hmm.
whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
Yeah, and that's what you're witnessing. This man is now being consumed with the spirit of the Lord's mouth. And what's the spirit of the Lord's mouth? The prophets, man, and the prophecies that go forth from the prophets. This is what's consuming Esau. See, go ahead.
And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
And that's the chronological order. After this man is consumed, after this man has been identified and targeted as the corporate, then the Lord is going to destroy him. Go ahead.
God, it says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan.
Right, even him. And it's dealing with Esau, man. Whose coming is after the working of Satan. Which when you go into that word Satan, it means adversary. See? This man is contrary. He's adverse to everything that Yahweh Shema Shai has laid out. And we're going to show you that in this lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. That all the works, everything this man is doing is an attempt to resist the will of Yahweh Shema Shai. It's a desperate plea, a desperate attempt to resist, somehow offset the prophecies. See, when you view things through spiritual lenses, when you have eyes to see, let's just call it like that, then you can see this man at work. You can see this is after the workings of Satan, which again is that adverse, contrary spirit. His media, his rhetoric, you know, the whole Crown 19 thing, this is nothing more than a plot to resist the will of Yahweh Shema Shai. See, go ahead.
It says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan,
mm-hmm.
with all power and signs and lying wonders.
And signs and lying wonders. See, you got something?
Yeah.
We're going to go back to that. Go ahead.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon 1. And I start at verse 7. It says, for the spirit of the Lord filleth the world.
Mm-hmm. And that's really what you're witnessing now. The spirit of the Lord is filling the world. How is this feat being accomplished? By way of the internet, the YouTube, which that's one of the works of Yahweh Shema Shai. That's the apparatus, the vehicle, if you will, that the Lord chose in which to push forth, should I say, and advance this gospel. Oh, and that's actually a fulfillment of Matthew, the 24th chapter, man. While Lord Yahweh Shai said that this gospel will be preached throughout the world, then the end shall come. So you're in very monumental times. See, these prophecies we're reading is unfolding right before your very eyes. See, go ahead.
It says, for the spirit of the Lord filleth the world,
mm-hmm.
and that which containeth all things
mm-hmm.
have knowledge of the voice.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, he that speaketh unrighteous things.
And who is this who speaketh unrighteous things? Esau, man, the so-called white man. And you shouldn't really, when I ask that question, who is this and why was this? It shouldn't even be a drum roll. You should know that it's Esau, man. You know I'm about to say the so-called white man. Hey, that's who all roads point to. That's the criminal. That's why it tells you in Ezekiel, But prophesy against Mount Seir. That's the criminal, man. See? Go ahead, Up.
It says, therefore, he that speak of unrighteous things cannot be hid.
Whoa, now he cannot be hid. And that's why we read in the book of Luke, the 8th chapter, the 17th verse, where everything that's hidden will ultimately be made manifest and come abroad. Okay? And that's why we know that we right at the end of this thing. Matter of fact, let's prove that. Give me Proverbs, the 4th chapter. Each day the sun rises, the sunset. Each day you proceed on this journey that we have embarked on. Things gonna get clearer and clearer, man. Right now, Esau can't hide himself. You know how bad this nigga want to hit the reset button. This nigga want to go back, you know, and start over, man. But now the cat is out the bag. All right, go ahead.
Proverbs 4:18. But the path of the just.
The path of the just, right? Which really, when you go into that path, it symbolizes this doctrine, man. Okay? This path of the just, right, which we have embarked on, which we subscribe to, go ahead.
Is as the shining light.
See, it's as the shining light. Meaning now you are giving clarity, man. We see now. Oh, it's a movie, I have mentioned it before, and it's a good movie to watch. It's a good watch, especially if you view it through spiritual lenses. Long Kiss Goodnight. Even the title, Long Kiss Goodnight. But it's concerning this hit woman. She worked for the American government, and she used to do hits. But then she ended up catching amnesia, man. And she didn't know who her enemies were. And she was prancing around her enemies. They were ready to kill her. She was about to engage. She was about to marry one of her main enemies. You know? And they knew who she was, but she didn't know who they was. And it pretty much mirrors our situation. You know, we lost our way. We lost who we was. And we was thrust into the pit right here with our enemies, man. But the Lord, in an act of mercy, gave us those senses back. See? Come on, up.
God, it says this back Wisdom Solomon 1:8. It said, therefore he that speak of unrighteous things cannot be hid. Neither shall.
Yeah, so now he can't be hid. Even if you wanted to say, nah, it's all right, you know, you can't. He's that elephant in the room. Oh, that's why the scripture speaks about that inquisition. Matter of fact, get that real quick. Oh, that's where we at. Okay, kind, the spirit. Yep. It's another one too.
Somebody want to say
yeah, that's the way. Yeah.
It's on 2nd Ezra 2 and verse 18. It's like in verse 18. It says, and it said, behold, the days come.
Which what is concerning prophecy. So a part of the prophecies is one of the major prophecies is actually the identifying and targeting of the devil. That's an age-old mystery, man. You can't deny that. You can't deny that the devil was this fiction. You know, I can't even say fictional. He was this figure in the American lore. You know, he was a figure. He was a constant here in America. He was a part of the makeup of America, right? But now we're in a time where the Lord is exposing this man. That's actually a part of the prophecies that you will find out who really the devil is, man. That's powerful. Why is that? Because the devil is the adversary of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. See? Go ahead, Up.
It says, and it said, behold, the days come.
See, which is prophecy again. Go ahead.
That I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth.
And really, when you go into, what it say, dwell upon the earth, that's dealing with Esau again. I know somebody will be in the background. That's all you do is blame it on Esau. You damn right, man. We blame everything on Esau. See? But the Lord said the time will come when he would draw nigh and visit those who dwell on the earth. When you go into the word dwell, it means to inhabit, pretty much. Okay? So this is dealing with the rulers. Okay? Those who have been given a jurisdiction over the earth. And we know that's the so-called white man. We know that's Esau. Pursuant to Genesis, the 27th chapter. And this man's very existence is very being. The reason why you go in your pocket, pull out a $20 bill, and it's Andrew Jackson's ass on it, Well, that's a fulfillment of biblical prophecy, man. Job, the 9th chapter and the 24th verse, where the earth will be given into the hand of the wicked. See, go ahead.
Verse 19, it says it will begin to make inquisitions.
Yeah, the Lord said it would be a point where he'll begin to proceed forth with the proceedings, court. He would begin to make inquisition. Let's look it up. Let's look that word up, just in case you missed it. If you haven't got the memo, read this one more time as you get it.
It says it will begin to make inquisition of them what they be that have hurt unjustly.
And who is that? Who hurt unjustly, man? You ain't got to go into an in-depth analysis, extensive research. You digging and you researching and cross references and looking up shit. Man, all thing you got to do is just think, man. It's the so-called white man. That's who hurt unjustly, man. Now let's say even if you want to just read it out, this nigga is so guilty to where, and the evidence is so overwhelming. Let's just say hypothetically, you said we ain't gonna even mention the natives or mention. We ain't gonna even mention people. Motherfuckers still offended the animals, man. In the planet Earth. That's in Revelation 11 chapter, man. So that's him. This the guy that hurt unjustly, man. Go other motherfuckers do tests on monkeys, collision tests for NASA. And they show you that that's a child pursuing the Job, the 30th chapter, because the monkey is not even built. I mean, he's not as a man. Why you do a test with a man, Go ahead, Doc.
It says it will begin to make inquisition of them with they be that have hurt unjustly, with their unrighteousness.
With their unrighteousness, just take a step back and assess the laws of the land. In this current system that's governed by the so-called white man. Is them righteous laws? No. See, read that again.
It says, and will begin to make inquisition of them with they be that have hurt unjustly, with their unrighteousness.
With their unrighteousness, right? Go ahead.
And when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled.
And this is the time. The affliction of Zion has been fulfilled. That's Lamentations, the 4th chapter. Well, we have pretty much ran our course concerning our sentence here in this current captivity. But the Lord said once that happened, then he's going to make inquisition on Esau. Now let's go into that word inquisition.
God, this is that word inquisition. Just a Google definition. It reads a period of prolonged.
A period of what?
Prolonged.
Prolonged. Go ahead.
An intensive questioning.
Yeah, an intensive questioning. Go ahead.
Or investigation.
Or investigation, man. So that's what's happening. That's what you're witnessing. That's why, the sincere brothers, they could be doing a video on making a garment. And I bet you they're gonna cuss out Esau. If there's enough time in the video, it's gonna get to a point where they're gonna cuss Esau out, man. Why? Because that's the spirit that's on us. The spirit is on us. The spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah is calling Esau out on all his crimes, atrocities, ill dealings, and treacherous acts towards mankind. All right, all the nations, but mainly and chiefly the children of Israel, man. And like we mentioned, the planet Earth and everything in it. See, from the sea life, you got the sea life beaching themselves. See, you got birds falling out the damn sky, man, just dying. And that's been they've been calling a phenomenon that's been going back 10 years now, just sporadically. Birds, just flocks of birds flying. That's because they've been breathing in. They hit a patch in the sky, and all of them just drop dead, man. That's under the watch of Esau, man. See? So that's why this is a thorough investigation. All right, you got something?
Habakkuk 2 in verse 16. Thou art filled with shameful glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered.
Right, so now we're in a time where Esau's foreskin is being uncovered, which translates to what? Him being exposed. We're actually identifying him as the offender now. Because you could have easily looked at this man's track record, and you could have came to the agreement where, he been at war 3 years out of 229. 93% of the time, this damn devil been in conflict. You could look at all those certain things, but once you married it with the scriptures, now you feel somewhat compelled to call this man out. Oh, that's why Esau said that. As Cain, get that real quick. That's the spirit of the Lord. Get that real quick, man. You know, the magnifying glass. We watching. We got our eyes. The Lord Yahweh Shema Shah has Esau in his sights, man. See, go ahead, Up.
God, this is Genesis chapter 4, and I started at 13.
Mm-hmm.
It says, and Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear.
And that ties into this lesson. You know, Lord will, the Spirit allow, we get into the little information we want to bring. This will be brief, but mainly Esau, what you see in the day, you know, this whole swarm of activity, this man stirring everything up, all right? You got this word mandatory being thrown around. You know, this man have compromised. You know, this man took months off your damn life. All you people that was locked in the house, you know, couldn't get out and get no sunlight. All that was because this man know that his punishment is too great for him to bear. See, Esau, look, if you people don't believe us, guess who believe us? Esau, man. We talking about the top tier. You know, the elite bankers, man, who have the record books, who have all these different resources, man. Guess what? They believe this story. That's why they set up the YouTube guidelines on the fly. You know, maybe 18 months ago or so. All of a sudden you popped up with, you got medical misinformation, all this talk. Well, that's because Esau realized that his punishment is too great for him to bear, man. You know, this man is trying to sidestep the prophecies, his destiny, which awaits him. And that's hardcore bondage before ultimately he's done away with. Read that again.
God, Genesis 4 and 13. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear.
See, go ahead.
Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond.
Oh, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond. Right? Go ahead.
In the earth, and it shall come to pass.
Oh, prophecy. Prophecy. See? Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me.
Oh, that everyone that findeth me, that find out who I am, go ahead.
Shall slay me.
Shall slay me, man. See that? Meaning they're going to overcome you. Those are going to be the ones that's going to take you down. The ones that find you out. Because that's the kryptonite, if you will. That's the raid to them cockroaches. Finding out who they are. That's why when you read the scriptures carefully, when you read Obadiah, it talks about how this man is in the clefts of the rocks. Well, when you go into a cleft, it's like a slither in the rocks. That means he's hiding. This nigga hiding in the cold, dark, damp caves and crevices of the mountains, man. And that's what benefited him. That benefited Esau, being able to hide behind the shrouds of secrecy, man, and controls things from afar. But now that we found him out, now he's taken. See? Go ahead.
Jeremiah 49 and 10.
That's it.
But I have made Esau bare.
See, but I have made Esau bare. See, go ahead.
I have uncovered his secret places.
Matter of fact, could you look up either uncovered or bare?
God.
Give me what you got real quick.
Back in Habakkuk 2 and verse 16, thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered.
Yep, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. Go ahead. The
cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shame for spewing shall be on thy glory.
Right, and this is why you got the so-called white man. You know, he went on a campaign taking down them statues, Andrew Jackson, all those memorials, you know, that commemorated them, you know, taking us down as a people. But it was a stain, it was a blot on their history, man. So these devils, a lot of them devils that came back reincarnated and being the criminals that they are, they came back to the scene of the crime and they thought to erase all the fingerprints. See? Because that's shameful spewing on their glory. What's their glory? America. So they can't bask in the glory of America without someone. Oh, that's why you had Putin to come out and say, America is riddled with slavery, and you know, well, that's also a form of that shameful spewing being on their glory. All right, come on up.
All right, so I got the word bear. Strong's H2834. It says to strip.
Oh,
strip off, make bare, to draw out, to skim.
Oh, when you think of drawing out, just like the cliffs and the rocks. You know, you draw out. You know, you looking for a rodent. You know, and you draw them out of some damn hole. Go ahead.
It says to make naked.
Oh, you say, you know what? Once you found this was the motherfucker.
Yeah.
This was the guy making. This was the rodent that was making all the noise. It was, you know, you pull him out, you draw him out. This the man? That's it. Yeah, is this the man? That's what you're witnessing right now. We are moving to a heavy phase in prophecy, man, where the Lord is going to visit Esau. You know? Go ahead, Doc.
It says to make naked, to discover.
Yep, to discover. So we have discovered who the devil and Satan is. See, and we found it to be the so-called white man. All right, you got something else?
I'll go back to Jeremiah 49 and 10. It says, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places.
Woo!
And he shall not be able to hide himself.
See, and that's what this man trying to do. You know, you strip somebody naked, the only thing they can do is just try to, you know, cover up. But that's what Esau doing, man, with a light shining on him. See? So he's now trying to hide himself, but he can't. And ultimately, what's that? Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter, is going to come more into play. Around the 17th verse, where it tells you how this man, matter of fact, let's get that real quick. You know, this man is not going to continue to present himself as being pious, as being some upright, outstanding citizen. No, he's going to have to come to grips that, you know what, they know I'm the damn bloodthirsty criminal, you know, warmongering damn devil. He's not going to be able to hide it. All right, go ahead.
God, Ecclesiastes Sirach 12 and 17. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. Yep. And though he pretend to help thee, he shall undermine thee. Mm-hmm. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance.
And what?
Change his countenance.
And change his countenance, man. Eventually, you're going to see those horns. And you know what? We no longer in a time of you're going to see. You see it. It's happening. It's happening right now, man. Okay, this man is scrambling. You know, he has been found out. That light is on him. And is an old saying, especially down in these parts, a hit dog will bark. So now, you know, everything is coming out on this man. And pretty much he's trying to detour it, if you will. You know, or detract, if that's the word I'm looking for, deflect, if you will. Deflect that negative stigma that's associated with him. And he's doing it how he always have done it, through deception, man. Which that goes into the idea of being a devil as well, being a deceiver. And through his media, right, which right now that's being broken up. You can get that. Through his media, this is how he was always been able to control the minds of the masses of you people. But now what the Lord did, set up an alternative media. You got the YouTube. Now you ain't just got to listen to this man. He's being cross-examined now. Damn criminal telling you it wasn't me. And that's all you hear. But at some point, somebody said it was you, and I'm going to prove it was you. And bring forth evidence, man. That's that inquisition. Okay, come on, Al.
God, this is the book of Jeremiah 50 and 2. Declare ye among the nations and publish.
And that's what you're witnessing. We'll publish, which that word publish means to make public. And that ties into the validity, the credence, if you will, of the internet and the YouTube being biblical, man. Because this is how this word is being published throughout the world. Read it again.
Declare ye among the nations and publish, and set up a standard, publish and conceal not. Say Babylon is taken.
That's the report. You should be, man, you should be rejoicing. You know, you send somebody behind enemy lines and they come back with the report, they take it. Well, that's us, man. We giving you the good news. We reporting to you that Babylon is taken, man. See, go ahead. Yeah. Oh, that's Joshua and Caleb.
Oh, yeah.
They went and gave the report that it's taken. We can take them, man. They finished. See, go ahead.
Bel is confounded. Merodach is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded.
Yeah, hey, because everything, the pillars of America, which again we open up with some of the main pitfalls and barriers here in America to keep you in derision is Christianity and the different forms that fall under that banner, man, or that denomination. Thus a form of idols being broken. Christianity can't come up against this, man. See, go ahead.
It says her images are broken in pieces.
Oh, her images are broken in pieces, man. So our media, everything that she presents to you is broken in pieces. It don't hold any weight like it used to. That was a time where the so-called white man could pretty much run circles around you. And that's what happens. Like just say if somebody was scamming you, he's going to continue to scam you till you find out he's scamming you, man. Then you can proceed with getting to the bottom, you know, getting them arrested or what have you. So that's what's happening. Okay, this damn thief, this criminal is now being confounded. Matter of fact, give me St. John, the 8th chapter. You got something?
It's on 2 Ezra 6 and verse 27. It says, "For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched."
Yep, evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. Who is that concerning? The so-called white man. Okay, that's the qualities of Esau. That's that nigga qualities. Deception and evil. See, go ahead.
As for faith, it shall flourish.
Now, see, this is what happens. You got to remember, everything is contract, and that's why the very words say mean what it means. Adversary. So once the adversary is corralled, you know, and put down, then we can prosper. Then you see faith beginning to flourish. Now, see, go ahead.
Corruption.
Hey, this couldn't happen while Esau had that stronghold on the minds of you people, man. On all of us. See? Now that's being broken, right? Now faith is flourishing. Now that's free course for this word to go forth. See? Go ahead.
It says, corruption shall be overcome in the truth, which have been so long without fruit.
Right. And why was the truth so long without fruit? Because Esau was in power. And truth doesn't suit him. That's not in his best interest. Go ahead.
It says, in truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared.
Yep. And that's where we come in. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shema Shah. Declaring truth. And a part of that truth, a part of knowing the truth is knowing that the so-called white man is the devil, man. Okay? All right, so come on.
God, St. John 8 and 32. And ye shall know the truth.
See, and ye shall know the truth. Go ahead.
And the truth shall make you free.
Right. So now the chains of darkness that was on our mind, which go back to Esau again. Matter of fact, since you believe, give me 2 Corinthians 4th chapter. If you believe that it's just me and I got a problem with Esau, which we do have a problem with Esau, but the scriptures point to this man as being the corporate as well. All right, go ahead.
Kind of 2 Corinthians 4 and 3. But if our gospel be hid,
Mm-hmm.
it is hid to them that are lost,
Mm-hmm.
in whom the God of this world have blinded the minds of them
Mm-hmm.
which believe not.
See, the God of this world. Who is the God of this world? The so-called white man. Which that word God goes back into power, man. So the powers that be has blinded the minds of you people. Read it again.
God, it says, in whom the God of this world
Mm-hmm.
have blinded the minds of them which believe not.
Right. So the reason why they don't believe is because the powers of this world have blinded their mind. And again, that's through their rhetoric, their media, you know, the legislations and laws down to the trends. Whatever the so-called white man has presented and packaged and laid out on display for you, which is nothing more than a damn snare to entrap you, well, all that contributes to you being in darkness. And in that event, you're not going to be willing to yield and hearken to this word. You got to remember, there's no gray area. There's two opposing forces at work here, man. All right? Righteousness versus wickedness. Okay? All right, so come on.
It's Titus 1 in verse 14. It says, not giving heed to Jewish fables and commandments of men that turn from the truth.
Mm-hmm.
It says, unto the pure all things are pure, but unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure, but their mind and conscience is defiled.
Right. So all of you out there, again, those of you who are not willing to come into this light, you know, you stumble. Hey, and you don't have to be just a traditional scoffer or a resistor, a naysayer. You can sincerely, you know, be looking into this. But what's holding you back is because your conscience is defiled, is seared with the rhetoric of Esau, man. Because you have to be willing to let that go. You can't cleave. Oh, that's why Yahushua made the statement. One can't serve two masters. Because either he'll hate the one and hold to the other, or he'll despise the one and cleave to the other. See? If you falling, you're gonna grab, you can't grab two things. You grab something right here. You can't grab two things. You're gonna hold on to whatever for dear life. Okay? All right, so that was on that?
You know, see.
All right. You got it? I come on to go back.
This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 8 again.
Mm-hmm.
This 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 8, it says, and then shall the wicked be revealed.
See, and then shall the wicked be revealed. And that's the time we're in now. Go ahead.
Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
Yep, go ahead.
And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Right, and that's dealing with the chronological order once again. So before the Lord violently uproot this man, overthrow the so-called white man, destroying Babylon the Great, America, he's going to be found out first. He's going to be thoroughly examined and assessed, and you're going to be made perfectly known. It's going to be made perfectly known, should I say, that this is the offender. Okay, go ahead.
I got something real quick.
Go ahead.
This is Job 20 and 27. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity.
Right, the heavens shall reveal his iniquity. What does the scripture mean when it says the heavens shall reveal his iniquity? That's dealing with the internet, but it's dealing with us as well. We the heavens. But the tool we're using is the internet, which you have the satellites in the heavens, and the signals are sent down to you. Oh, that's also in Psalms 19. So the heavens is revealing his iniquity. Oh, that's why, what's that devil? Was it Jay Rockefeller?
Oh, yeah.
He made the famous quote, we should have never created the internet. See? Why? Because this is really that light that's exposing this man. See, go ahead. That's the one thing they really don't have control over. Now, and then they broke another covenant. Because when they put up the YouTube guidelines, they pretty much infringed on our rights here. You said you have freedom of speech, right? Hell out of here, man. Go ahead,
Job 20 and 27. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity,
Mm-hmm.
and the earth shall rise up against him.
Yep. And that's the chronological order again. Once he's revealed, then the earth is going to rise up against him. See that? All right, so come on.
Come. 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 9, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders.
With powers and signs and lying wonders, go ahead.
And with all deceivableness.
And with all deceivableness. Now, you notice that this is the build-up. You got to remember, everything is gradualism. Everything is a progression with Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Okay? It's a process. So right now, if you're paying attention, this is right at the time. We in that time what this scripture said. Because it said with all this. Now, you got something?
Oh, no, I ain't got nothing.
Let's go into a couple of let's read, and we're gonna try to run through it.
All right.
And show you right here that this is the opposer. Now, real quick, go to the blue letter and go to Revelation 12. Look at that word, devil, right there.
This is from YouTube.com,
Mm-hmm.
and it came out yesterday. And it reads, unexpected places now offering the jab.
That's a snare.
Unexpected.
That's not a snare or a trap.
Yeah, unexpected.
Unexpected. I'm walking, and unexpected, the damn ground fall from up under me, man. That's what they said. Unexpected. You walking in, hey, because you find yourself, you in a game, watching the game, motherfucker walk up, tap you on the shoulder, tell you to roll up your sleeve, man.
And it's like, that's going back to what you were saying, like, you got down, you head somewhere, you turn you on another road.
Yeah, motherfucker telling you driving down the street, motherfucker tell you, and then another motherfucker direct you that way, all of a sudden you at a facility, man. That's gonna happen. Go ahead,
God, it says, I'm I'm gonna read the title again. It said unexpected places now offering the jab. It says 71 fans got the jab during the Bucks and the Nets basketball game.
Oh, you see that? They went to the game. They went to the game to watch the game, and unexpectedly, the jab was there, man. See that? That's all lying and deceivableness. The fuck you didn't tell me? Man, read that scripture again. Why that? Why I gotta be that, man? Why you got it's unexpectedly? Why? That's nothing more than deception. That's the cunning hunter that you read about in Genesis the 25th chapter. That's the skill set of Esau. Oh, but the scriptures tell you how for those of you believers, you can see. Matter of fact, give me that. Proverbs 1 and 17. See, what you're gonna find out coming into this arena, this is this is an attribute, man. You know, this is the Lord equipping you, if you will, with the necessary tools to navigate through these snares. All right, go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs 1 and 17. Surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird.
Read that again.
Surely in vain the net is spread.
And what's the net? The unexpected. We just read what the net was. Read that headline again.
Unexpected places.
Come on, man.
Now offering the jab.
Come on, man. Well, that's what the scripture's saying. That's the net. Read this again, the scripture.
That's that fish is calling that evil net.
Whoa. That's it, man.
Yep, this Proverbs 1 and 17.
And what was the snare? You going to see a game, you was lured out of your lust to go see KD and, you know, then they was waiting on you unexpectedly with that thing. Go ahead,
It says, surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird.
See, so those of you believers out there that are sincere, you know, those of you who hold fast to the teachings of our Lord Yahweh Shah, that means you have sight. So this man and his approach, right, his deceivableness that we just read right there, his deception, right, it don't affect us. It don't apply over here because we have eyes to see, and by seeing this man set this snare in his net, we escape it. We sidestep it. See, read that again.
Proverbs 1 and 17. Surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird.
See that? All right. So you got
It's on 2 Corinthians 2 and verse 11. These saints should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Yeah, we are not ignorant of his devices, man. See? All right, so go ahead.
2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 10. And without deceivableness and of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of truth.
Right, so a lot of them people that went out there and got hit up, they was presented with the truth. But by them not receiving the love of the truth, they're going to fall victim to the snares of Esau. Now, real quick, you got more on this? The headline good enough.
Yeah, that was pretty
if you got something else you want to get, we're going to rapid fire that. Then we'll try to get through this. Because what you're going to see here is that all this is a ploy to resist prophecy. You think Esau just doing this for fun? No, this is desperation, man. This is a desperate plea to escape the prophecies, man. That's why when you read, I want to say, is that Jeremiah 31? Where the Lord said, if you was to search out the heavens above and the sea, then he would cast off his people. Guess what? Esau took the Lord up on that challenge, man. That's why you got NASA. But these people out here, they don't see, they just, you know, they view things through the lenses of the world. Okay? All right, why did load up? You got something?
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon 2 in verse 10. It says, let us oppress the poor and righteous men.
Right, and this is a heavy chapter. Right? When you read this, this is the so-called white man reasoning with himself. And this is what they actually saying in these damn secret means, these think tanks. You have these Bilderberg, the Bilderberg mean and different means where these elites come together. All right? Well, this is what they said in those meetings. Read this again.
Let us oppress the poor and righteous men.
And again, this is a part of it too. They want to oppress you again. See, the reason why Esau and all the other nations had their little time in the sunlight, if you will, is because we was oppressed. That it tells you that in the parable of Lazarus and the rich man, how the dogs licked our sores, meaning they benefited from our fall. So Esau came to the conclusion: look, we're gonna have to oppress these people. We got to put them back in derision. They can't come out of this status if we want to continue to rule. You have some? Oh, you got that?
Yeah, load up. But I got some too, though.
Yeah, go ahead and get that. Then we'll go back.
Yep, this is the book of Job 21. And I started at 30. It says that the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction.
Mm-hmm.
They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath.
Mm-hmm.
Who shall declare his way to his face?
Ooh.
And who shall repay him what he have done?
Right, and see, we're declaring his way to his face, man. You know? And that, matter of fact, read this, because when you read down in that, it talks about how where it say we esteem him as counterfeits. All right, but you can start out where you was at.
God, he says, let us oppress the poor and righteous man.
So the so-called white man in the powers that be, they came to the conclusion that they need to oppress us. Okay, go ahead.
Let us not spare the widow,
Mm-hmm.
nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age.
Mm-hmm.
It says, let our strength be the law of justice.
Oh, let our strength be the law of justice. So they place their faith in their legislations and their laws and their constitution, right? Go ahead.
For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Jump down on jump down on 14. It says he was made to reprove our thoughts.
Right, and again, remember, this is the so-called white man reasoning with himself. And who he talking about? He's not talking about the black consciousness community right here, man, or the Moors. You know, a bunch of jakes getting together trying to figure out how to build up the community or some crazy shit. He talking about the prophets and those who had the testimony of Yahweh Shah. That's what he's saying. Read that again.
It says he was made to reprove our thoughts.
That's what we're talking about. We was created and designed to reprove the thoughts of Esau. And really, when you go into the thoughts of Esau, that's talking about his plans. We have exposed this man and his plans, man. Okay, go ahead.
He is grievous unto us, even to behold.
Right, so this man is watching us, and this is grievous. It's eating him up to see us. You know, go ahead.
For his life is not like other men.
Yeah, we can't be paid off. We can't be bought off. Right, go ahead.
His ways are of another fashion.
And again, this is how the so-called white man looks at us. He said, look, these guys' ways are of another fashion. We can't bring them a bad. You know, we can't convince them to, you know, we can't talk them down because we was raised up by Yahweh Shem Shah. And that's what we're doing the bidding. We're a fixture in this drama. Okay? And there's nothing Esau could do to take us out the picture. All right? So that was it on that. All right, so let's get what you got.
This is from fortune.com, and this actually came out today. It reads, forget the jab. Next generation Crown 19 pills and nasal spray are on the way.
Yep. Oh. I read this again.
It said, forget the jab.
Okay, you see this desperation now. Go ahead.
Next generation Crown 19 pills.
Whoa.
And nasal sprays are on the way.
So they're going to have nasal sprays on the way and pills. You know what that's all an effort to do? To depopulate, to knock you off, man. Okay? And that shows you that that's Esau, because his only way of rationalizing things out is killing you. Why? Because that's his blessing. You got to remember, he was given the sword. It said by that sword, thou shalt live. So this man, the only way he can make things right is by killing you. And guess what? Those crown pills and those nasals is another form of the sword. All right. So that was it on them articles?
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
Okay, come. So now let's read this. Let's finish this off first. Then we'll close out with that.
This is the book of 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 10 again. It says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness.
No, it's unrighteous. Right, it's recorded, Esau, the things that we ought to put in our body, man. He want us to put some mystery shit. That's unrighteous, man. But you want to frame it by this deceivableness, you frame it with the overtone of helping us.
Yeah.
You fucked up the planet Earth, then now you want to help us. Go ahead, what type of shit is that? Go ahead,
It says of unrighteousness.
Yeah, you got there, you come in, you burn down the house, and then you telling me, come out, I want to help you. Where are you? Come out, let me help you. Go ahead.
Right, real quick, Precept.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Sirach 12.
Yeah, like the brother said, the baby sword. Go ahead.
This on Sirach 12 and 3. It says, there can no good come to him
Yes.
that is always occupied in evil.
That's it, man. So-called white man. He's always occupied in evil. This is a part of his makeup. It's woven in his very DNA to be the wicked. That's how he was designed to be. Hey, the scriptures say that. Can the Ethiopian change his skin? And neither can the leopard change his spots. He that is accustomed to do wicked, he gonna do it, man. Okay? That's equivalent to you trying to make a pig, a house pet. All right, so that
was it.
All right, come on.
It says, and with back in 2 Thessalonians 2 and 10, it says, and with all deceivableness and of unrighteousness, and them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved.
Yeah, go ahead.
And for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion.
Yeah, the Lord gonna send you strong delusion, but who's gonna be the issue? Like if I shoot you, the bullet hit you, I send the bullet to you, but it was through the gun. If you understand what I'm saying. The Lord is gonna send strong delusion and have sent strong delusion to you people by way of Esau, the devil and deceiver himself. All right, go ahead.
It says that they should believe a lie.
See, that they shall believe a lie, man. So that's why we have this truth, so that we won't believe a lie. Furthermore, to know who the devil is. Now, with that, you can either say, hold up, what's that? A gerbil, but you don't know until you start moving.
Yeah.
Till you start doing what a gerbil is supposed to do. But if you don't do what the gerbil do and you start doing what a porcupine, if you see thistles, you're gonna say, no, that's not. That's actually a porcupine. So real quick, give me the word devil. We ready to close up right here.
Kind this the word devil. It says prone to slander.
Prone to slander, and we know because you notice, right? Matter of fact, give me that. I think it's I want to say Psalms 101.
Slander of men.
Yep. Psalm 101. Get that. Now we're going into the characteristics of the devil now. So now, first and foremost, what the devil down with the pitchfork, what he's slandering you about? I mean, what he do? He in hell stirring up shit? No. He in hell slandering, that's dealing with the so-called white man. And he always have done that, subtly or even blatantly. For an example, when you look at these stats, black on black crime, that's really slandering. Because he kind of generalizes it. That's why you have what they call it, profiling, man. Because Esau actually slandered us as a people. So when you walk and fill out an application, I'm just throwing it out there. Now you looked at as, now that's a black guy. He's liable to get the shoot. Why? Because Esau slandered us, man. See? Give me what you got.
God, this is Psalms 101 and 5. It said, whoso privily slandereth his neighbor.
Oh, privily slander his neighbor. Go ahead.
Him will I cut off.
Yep, and that's why the Lord is going to cut Esau. That's one of the many offenses of Esau. Slandering his neighbor. You brung us over. Oh, the scripture tell you that woe to him who give his neighbor drink. All right, you set up rap music. You set up gangster rap. You set the stage, and then you lock up Jake for your grandfather. Now he didn't know about smoking pipes and shit till he watched the old Western flick, John Wayne. And Esau turn around and slander and accuse you for something that he provoked you to do. All right, go ahead.
It says, whoso slandereth his neighbor, so like whoso privily slandereth his neighbor, him will I cut off.
Yeah, go ahead.
him that having high look and a proud heart will I not suffer.
And that's why we know it's talking about the so-called white man, right there. Those two words, the high look, the eagle. All right. So now let's go back. You got a precept?
Real quick.
Go ahead.
Psalms 50 and verse 20. It says, "Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thy own mother's son."
Yep. And they're dealing with the so-called white man. Okay. That's what you have done. He sit. When you sit, that means you pull up your seat. Let's get to work. This motherfucker sitting. He's sitting, man. He's fully in tune and zoned in and tapped. The reason why you got these stores in your neighborhood, liquor stores and fast foods, the reason why you got McDonald's and all this accessible, that was well thought out. That was strategic, man. The reason why you got a Faygo, that's because of the so-called white man. That wasn't by coincidence. That was by design. All right. So now let's go back over here to this definition.
It says, "I'm prone to slander."
See, prone to slander. Go ahead.
Slanderous.
Slanderous. Go ahead.
Accusing falsely.
Accusing falsely. That's why who's the face of this war on the Crown 18? Man, that's really fascinating. I mean, really, when you take a step back, take a deep breath, and just look at this nigga came out. He played that card. He came out and he went on with it. He proceeded forth with it, calling you out. And you know what's heavy about it? Because when it first happened, it was them gooks. Yeah. I remember like yesterday, we was laughing at we was watching the video. The gook fell out at the bus stop, then the ambulance pulled up and fell out. Now all of a sudden the gook's nowhere on the radar when it comes to the crime. You see that? Well, that's also Yahweh Shem Yahushua pretty much destroying the counsel of Esau as well. All right, go ahead.
It says,
everything foolishness is not making sense. He's been caught out there. He's been made bare. Go ahead.
It says, "A commenter, false accuser."
Yep, go ahead.
Slanderer.
No, go ahead.
It says, "Metaphor applied to a man who, by opposing the cause of
by who what?
Opposing.
See, so that proves that everything the so-called white man is doing is in an effort to resist prophecy. That's what it boils down to. This man is resisting what's written in the scriptures. He's pretty much trying to avoid his destiny, man. Read that again.
It says, "A man who, by opposing the cause of the Most High,"
woo, go ahead,
may be said to act the part of the devil or the side with him.
That's it, man. So, hey, that's who? That's the so-called white man. And that is how we know. That's how we know how to distinguish. Nope, that's not a cat. That's, actually a gerbil. All right? So it's not, it's more than just, the Lord has thoroughly equipped us with this information, man. And all of us, all right? It's not just a thing, it's the devil, just the lingo. Nope, the Lord gave us the characteristics of this man, gave us his qualities, his attributes, how this man will move. So through the Spirit, we can connect those dots. And even more so now, more than ever, man, you should know who your enemies are, because according to biblical prophecy, this is the time where this man is going to rise up against his brother. Once again, what's that? Revelation, the 12th chapter, in the 12th verse, the devil shall come down with great wrath, knowing that they have but a short time. All right? So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to our teachers, the head apostles and elders, the great millstone. Shalom, you brothers out there labored in his work. And as always, you believe it's the Akim as well as the Aqua. Those of you subscribe is true as well. To the next time, Shalom.
Shalom. DTA, Abab. Soon.